A university theater group wins the biggest competition in the country, and that single night of celebration destroys one girl's entire future. The group is called Matahari, and it is led by Angan, a demanding performer who holds the whole production together. Backstage, away from the celebration, is a quiet girl named Suryani, who everyone calls Sur. She is the group's new web designer. She studies computer science, she is on a full scholarship, and she is one of the hardest working students on campus. She does not act, and she does not want the spotlight. She just makes sure the world can see what Matahari does. When she is not in class, Sur helps her mother run a small food stall. Her father is out of work and strict with her in a way that leaves no room for mistakes. After the win, Matahari becomes the pride of the campus. And the university starts backing their shot at an Asia-wide competition in Kyoto. To celebrate, Tariq, the production manager, invites everyone to a party at Rama's house. Rama is the group's set designer, the son of a wealthy and influential family, the kind of person doors open for. That afternoon, Sur is helping out at a copy shop near campus, owned by her childhood friend Amin. Rama stops by and casually offers her a paid job designing a website for an arts community run by his father. It feels like the break she has been waiting for. Then another customer catches her attention. Farah, a former theater member, quietly warns Sur to skip the party and focus on her scholarship evaluation the next morning. She does not explain why. She just leaves. Sur ignores it. She puts on a green kabaya and goes with Amin. The party is loud and packed. Over dinner, Rama keeps his promise and introduces her to his father, and the website deal starts to feel real. Then the drinking starts. Sur promised her father she would stay sober, but Tariq hands her the first shot, then another, and the night blurs completely. She wakes up late the next morning, still in the same clothes, and sprints to her scholarship evaluation without even changing, and that is where the floor drops out. The committee already has photos. Photos of Sur, drunk and barely conscious at that party, still wearing the exact green kabaya she is standing in front of them in right now. She tries to explain that she never took those pictures. She points to her grades and her record. It does not matter. To them, the student on paper and the student in the photos are two different people. They begin the process of pulling her scholarship. This is photocopier. Sur asks Amin who could have taken those pictures, but he left the party early and has no idea. Meanwhile, the damage spreads fast. With her scholarship frozen, her tuition goes unpaid, and with unpaid tuition, she is barred from her classes. When she finally goes home, the university has already contacted her parents. Her father is not just disappointed, he is humiliated because the neighbors saw his daughter carried home drunk in the middle of the night by a man. He does not ask for her side. He throws her out. Desperate, Sur goes to the theater base camp and asks the only people who were there. Rama tells her she went home in a rideshare ordered by Angan. Angan confirms it and shows the receipt on her phone, with the times and the transaction details. She says Sur was so drunk she passed out and could not be woken, and that she had to check Sur's ID card just to find her address. As for the photos, she assumes Sur took them herself because the room was dark and everyone was dancing, and by the time the lights came back on, Sur was already lying there. To Angan and Rama, this is nothing. Just a messy night. They have no idea Sur just lost her entire future. But something does not sit right. She goes back to Amin and starts doing what she is actually good at. She lines the party photos up next to her own selfies and compares them. The quality is wrong. The framing is wrong. These are not hers. Somebody else took them. So she starts building a case. She collects every social media story posted by the theater members that night and logs the exact upload times. At this point, she still thinks she is looking at a prank, some ugly hazing tradition, because there are similar photos of other new members floating around. She tries one more time with a scholarship evaluator and gets nothing. The money comes from alumni donors, and those donors will not fund a student they now consider morally compromised. With nowhere to live, Sur moves into the room above Amin's copy shop. And then she gets an idea, and it is a dark one. Half the theater group prints and copies files at Amin's shop. Every time they plug a phone into that computer, they are handing her a door. So she starts quietly cloning their data, using the shop speakers as a signal system. If the music is dang doot, the copy is still running and Amin needs to stall the customer. If it switches to rock, the transfer is done. Night after night, she digs through stolen files and finds nothing. Then she notices something in that rideshare receipt. The trip from Rama's house to her home took nearly 2 hours. It should have taken 50 minutes. She drags Engun to the rideshare office and demands answers. A staff member pulls up the record, and it is worse than she thought. The driver, an older man named Burhan, stopped for almost an hour on the way. Burhan has an explanation ready. He says he had a flat tire, and he shows photos of it, plus the damaged tire still sitting in his trunk. Then he adds a detail that lands like a slap. He says Sir was so drunk he had to physically lift her out of the car that she could barely stand, and that she threw up during the ride. Suddenly, the girl asking questions looks like the problem. But Sir is holding on to something she has told nobody. That morning when she woke up, her underwear was on inside out, with the label facing forward. That does not happen by accident. That happens when someone else puts your clothes back on you. She says nothing. She keeps digging. Back at the shop, Amin pulls files from Tariq's phone, and suddenly there is a suspect. Sir remembers clearly that Tariq handed her the first drink of the night, and in one of the party videos, the shot he gives her looks slightly different from everyone else's. Then she finds footage of Tariq slipping into a room and staying there for almost an hour. Then a clip where something that looks like medication is visible in his pocket. It clicks. Tariq drugged her. Meanwhile, Amin is running out of money. He has been covering all of Sur's expenses since her father threw her out, and he tells her it might be time to go home. She refuses. Instead, she proposes something reckless. They have thousands of stolen files now, including student theses, and they start selling them. The next morning, Farah walks into the copy shop. And Sir copies her phone too, hiding inside a cardboard box with her laptop so she is not spotted. Armed with everything, she goes back to the evaluators. The footage of Tariq with the medication. The hour alone in that room. Hazing photos of past theater members pulled from Farah's phone. She argues that what happened to her is part of the same rotten tradition. They are not convinced. Nothing she has proves that anyone else took those photos of her. Without that one piece, she has nothing. So she goes nuclear. In front of the whole group, she accuses Tariq of destroying her life.
Bang Tariq sengaja kan? Ngasih obat ke minuman saya?
Bang, ini lama, bisa jelasin ke gua?
Sumpah gua gak masukin apapun.
Udah, stop.
Engun turns to Tariq and demands an answer, and Rama proposes a clean solution. They will all go to his house and watch the security footage from the night of the party. That night, they gather and press play, and the footage destroys Sur's entire theory. In the kitchen, Tariq is clearly visible pouring the shots. He adds nothing. He tampers with nothing. Later, he is seen alone in that room, pacing, and then breaking down in tears. The medication in his pocket is not a sedative. It is a prescription from a psychiatrist for his anxiety, because the pressure of running this production has been crushing him for months and nobody noticed. Even the odd color of the shot glass turns out to be the dim lighting. One by one, they realize what they have just done to him. Tariq walks out, humiliated and hollowed out. The footage keeps rolling, and now it turns on Sur. It shows her drinking more and more, and finally collapsing on the sofa. It even shows her taking photos of herself in that state. Then the outdoor camera catches her being loaded into the car. Case closed. Sur was just drunk. Afterward, Rama's parents invite everyone to dinner and make a generous offer. Knowing she lost her scholarship over this, they offer to cover her tuition all the way through graduation, because she is a brilliant student and she deserves it. Everyone is satisfied. Everyone except Sur. Because the underwear still does not make sense. And when she reviews the footage one more time, she counts the drinks. 4. She only had 4. So that night she runs an experiment. She drinks 4, then more, then far more, and she stays awake, lucid and in control, which means someone put something in her drink. The next day, Sur and Amin drive to the spot where the car stopped for that missing hour, a quiet park called Tom and Kendall. And while she is standing there, she sees a statue of a woman carrying a pot, and she freezes. She has seen that statue before in a photo sitting in Rama's phone inbox, which means somebody sent him that image after the party ended. She goes back to the theater group with a plan disguised as helpfulness. She offers to create official email accounts for every member under the Matahari name. To do it, she needs everyone's old email details and the passwords they want to use. They hand them over without a thought. Then she goes to the set installation team. From the security footage, she noticed something small. After everyone left the party, Rama went back out. He told the crew he was photographing stars for stage design inspiration. So Sur asked the crew to send her all of Rama's reference photos so she can put them on the website. Back at the shop, she starts going through the images, and something is off. Amin reminds her that it was raining after the party. You cannot photograph a clear sky in the rain, so she starts adjusting the filters. And the stars start turning into something else. They are not stars. They are human bodies. Skin, scars, fingers, textures that were never meant to be seen, blown up and edited into abstract patterns. She keeps digging into the revision folders and finds one cluster of 3 large spots arranged in a shape that stops her cold. She has seen that shape her entire life. When Amin steps out for cigarettes, she locks the shop door, lifts her shirt, and compares the pattern to her own back. It matches the birthmark on her back exactly. Now she knows, and now she needs proof. Since she has everyone's email credentials, she plans to log into Rama's account and pull his location history. To do that, she needs him signed in at the same time, so she gets Amin to lure Rama to the shop and put him on the computer. The moment he logs in, Sur tries to enter from her laptop upstairs. She is seconds too slow. Rama sees the login alert, refuses it, and screenshots the attempt. Panicking, Sur kills the power to the whole shop. Rama calmly asks Amin to log him out. But before he leaves, Rama asks Amin for something in a drawer under the fish tank, saying he is stressed and out of ideas. Upstairs, Sur hears every word. Once he is gone, she confronts Amin and threatens to expose his thesis-selling business unless he opens that drawer. She expects drugs. What she finds is a hard drive. The hard drive is full of folders, each one named after a student, organized by faculty. Dozens of them, every folder packed with private data lifted from their phones, while those phones sat plugged into the computer of a shop they trusted. There is a folder with her own name on it. Amin, the friend she has known since childhood, has been harvesting them the entire time. He tries to explain. His younger sibling is sick with dengue fever, and he needed the money, and Rama offered to pay him for every person's data. None of it helps. Whatever Amin thought he was doing, he was feeding something far darker than art. Sur goes to an internet cafe and finishes it. Using the email access she has, she pulls Rama's location history from the night of the party. Taman Kendall. He was there. He was not photographing stars. And now the whole picture assembles itself. The clothes put back on wrong. The birthmark turned into a design. The park. Rama did not just take photos of her. He violated her. She goes back and looks at the award-winning stage design from the competition with new eyes. Those patterns are not abstract. They are bodies, and one of them matches the tattoo on Farah's back. Sur confronts Farah with the evidence. Farah goes pale. Sur asks her to come forward and report all of it together, but Farah cannot do it. She walks away and Sur is alone again, so she does it alone. She takes everything to the University Ethics Committee, the stage designs, the photo of her own back, Rama's location, the files. She asks them to investigate, and she asks them to keep her identity confidential. Within hours, it all detonates. Her files, her evidence, her name, all of it is suddenly across the entire campus and going viral. She is called back in, not to be supported, but to be interrogated. Rama is already on his way with a lawyer, prepared to report her to the police for defamation, because the faculty is not thinking about a violated student. They are thinking about the university's reputation and Kyoto and the son of a billionaire who funds half the things they care about. The ethics board bends, the lecturers bend, everyone bends. Her parents arrive, and in front of the room, her father begs for forgiveness on her behalf.
Mas, mohon maafin anak saya, Mas.
Bapak ngapain minta maaf segala? Dan ini foto punggung saya, Pak!
Sul, jaga mulut kamu.
Lowering himself in a way that makes Sur sick with rage.
Mohon jangan penjara.
Bapak udah! Nggak usah tunjuk-tunjuk segala!
Diam! Diam kamu!
Rama's lawyer takes control of the story completely. Now Rama is the victim of a smear campaign, and Sur is a criminal who illegally accessed his private accounts, and they have the failed login attempts to prove it. Sur fights back. She presents the photo of her back and demands a forensic examination. But Rama never raises his voice. He suggests gently that she has been unstable since losing her scholarship, and that the images are exactly what he said they were, photographs of stars taken late at night. Then he points to the damage this could do to the university with Kyoto approaching, and he pressures her to settle privately. She has no power, so Sur is made to stand up and record a public apology in front of the campus and in front of her own parents. She holds back the tears, and somewhere inside, she promises herself this is not over. On the ride home, she goes with her mother while her father takes a different route. On a quiet stretch of road, her mother pulls over. Because she recognized the mark in those photos. A mother knows her own daughter's body. She asks Sur to tell her the truth, and Sur finally breaks. Her mother takes her to stay at a midwife's house, since her father will not have her, and tells her daughter to keep fighting, and then Sur stops being alone. Farah comes back, and this time she's ready to talk. The tattoo in that stage design is hers. Then Tariq shows up too, and he reveals that a private scar of his was used in the design as well, without his knowledge. As they compare stories, a pattern emerges. Rama recruited every single one of them into the theater group personally. Farah tells them what happened to her. She got violently intoxicated after only 2 drinks. She was barely conscious, but she remembers being carried into a car. She remembers her clothes being removed. She remembers the sound of a camera shutter. That is why she left the theater. She wrote about what happened, and nobody believed her. And she remembers that the car was a rideshare, even if she cannot picture the driver's face. Which means Rama was never working alone. Then Sur remembers something. On the night of her own ride home, she took a photo of that flat tire. And in the photo, visible on the windshield, is a sticker showing the driver's home address, Burhan. And the truth is sitting inside his phone. Tariq volunteers for this one because Burhan has never seen his face. That same day, they drive out to Burhan's house. Tariq goes in pretending to deliver a package from Rama, recording everything on a phone hidden in his pocket, while Sur and Farah quietly let the air out of the car tires outside. Burhan gets suspicious and types something quickly into his phone. Tariq covers by asking to charge his phone so he can book a ride home, and Burhan offers to drive him himself. A few minutes down the road, the tire gives out, and Burhan pulls over on an empty street. Tariq takes his shot and knocks him out. They bring him back to the midwife's house, and only then do they realize what that quick message was. Burhan already warned Rama. Sur tears through his phone, and what she finds breaks something in her. Videos recorded inside that car. Farah, Tariq, herself, all of them unconscious, all of them exposed, and it does not stop there. There are 5 other female students in that phone. Burhan was never just a driver. He was a partner, paid to make it easy, paid to park in the right dark place and look the other way. Farah connects the last thread. All those students whose data sat on Amin's hard drive may have gone through the exact same thing. The only way forward is to find them, gather them, and walk into a police station together. But Tariq hesitates. He has watched what Rama's money can do. He has watched an entire university take Rama's side in a single afternoon. And before they can decide, they hear the heavy drone of fogging equipment rolling in. Chemical smoke floods the area, and within moments they are surrounded and seized by men sent by Rama, who track them straight through Burhan's phone. Then Rama walks in. He moves through the chaos completely calm, completely in his element, because to him this was never violence. It was material. Human bodies were just his source of inspiration, and he has stopped being able to tell the difference. He takes Burhan's phone and destroys it, burning the strongest evidence they ever had. Sur feels her strength draining out of her from whatever they were dosed with. She tries to chase him as he walks out, and she cannot even stand. But she is not finished. Because the phone was not everything, they still have the hard drive, they still have the photos, they still have Tariq's recording, and Sur still has the one machine nobody thinks to be afraid of. They haul Amin's photocopier onto the roof of the campus building, and they start printing. Copy after copy after copy, page after page of everything Rama tried to bury, raining down and spreading across the entire university, and this time it lands. The theater members turn. One by one, they choose Sur. Other victims see the pages, recognize themselves, and start coming forward with their own stories. Everything Rama spent years keeping in the dark gets pushed into the open all at once, in broad daylight, in front of everyone. And Sur, the girl who was never supposed to be seen, is the one finally holding the light. So the moral of the story is, if somebody says they are making art, maybe first make sure they are not also making 10 crimes, 3 fake alibis, and 1 very suspicious Uber stop.